Hi Tony, this is a quick update on the design in moss. I had an inspiration recently to work on it and I produced this image on my computer, and I quickly wanted to share with you the ideas behind this concept, and I would be very interested to hear your input and your feedback design-wise, but also if this is in line with what you have in mind for the art of living and how to develop your land. So let's get started. I try to incorporate three main design principles into this house. The first being that the house is closely connected to the landscape that it is sitting on and shaped by the landscape that it is sitting on. The second principle is to organize each house based on three conditions. The reason for that is to make a more interesting house, but also to make a more useful house, so that the house can adapt to the needs of different social situations that happen inside, but also allow the person who's living in the house to experience the surroundings and the interiors from many different angles. The third principle of this design was to make it very easy to build. So I would choose an easy material like concrete or masonry, and also to avoid a lot of excavation. This comes back to point number one, that the house is closely shaped by the landscape that it is sitting on, but at the same time, through that, easy to build. I quickly want to explain the three conditions that the organization of the house is built upon. On the right, you see a little plan that is the floor plan on the southern tip of the land, where the rivers meet this corner. So I start with the bedrooms and the service parts of a house, like the guest toilet and the closet and all of that. They shape the first step of each house. They are made of small units, let's say for the bedrooms, that have their own bathroom as well, and are a very private space. And as you see in the red in the plan, they are little shapes that are formed by the landscape and adapt to the landscape each time, and they are separated a little bit so each of them looks into a different direction of the land, almost in a 360 fashion. And they in themselves, like pebbles or like big rocks falling down on a mountain and laying somewhere, form a space already. They are also the highest points within the house. They're a bit higher than the rest of the house and look down on the landscape, creating a more distant, private, intimate atmosphere for the bedroom. The second condition is the space in between the bedrooms. We put a roof on top of the bedrooms that is also shaped by the landscape, and then we have a more open living, kitchen, communal space that has views into the landscape, but is much more open and much more transparent to the landscape, but still protected by the roof, and is an interior space that is separated by glass to the outside climate. The third condition is a completely outside space that has a pool as well. So here we have an open area that in parts is also protected by the roof, but it is also shaped in different heights by the landscape and just lets you experience the jungle around it and look down on it and look down on the river and just have a fun time in nature. As you can see, I didn't stack these conditions. After a lot of trying, I felt it was more appropriate for this piece of land to really keep it flat and keep it embedded into the, the topography as well. So now on the 3D, this is a very rough outlay of it. You can see that the house opens to all sides and is still elevated from the landscape. But I felt it was important to keep it kind of embedded and not stick out too high. So also in behind, the houses that come behind this house can view over it onto the river as well. I hope this was more or less comprehensive, and I really understand this as an open proposal, a base for discussion, and I would be really interested to hear your opinion and whether you feel this design proposal is in line with your vision, considering the different conditions are not stacked like we talked before in person when we were working on the project. But I try my best to make a new step in this project and see where it can go. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.